right, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Jennifer Smith. I teach 4th grade ELA at the intermediate school.
And I'm Chasity Holloman. I teach 4th grade math and science at the intermediate school.
So our presentation today is about NCTIES. It's a crash course. We both have attended NCTIES. I attended it in 2020 and
I attended it in 2021 virtually.
yeah, so mine was right before COVID when everything kind of stopped. So I'll be sharing some of the things that I learned during that time. Our content objective: participants will learn basic instructions for utilizing Pear Deck, GimKit, #180, and animations, and how to integrate technology within their classrooms. Language objective: my job is to brainstorm and generate ways that I can use these resources in my classroom in the coming weeks. So the first one we're going to talk about is Pear Deck. And we're going to focus on, there's a lot of different aspects of Pear Deck, but we're going to focus on the flashcard factory. So basically, with the flashcard factory, you as the teacher go in and put the list. Students, and it's free for the basic access, which does a lot. Students go in and they can access the list that you have provided, and they are actually making the flashcard. So they're putting a picture and either a sentence or an example that goes along with that word. And then as they complete each card, it is shipped to the factory, and they can actually see it come down and drop on the conveyor belts and go across, so that's kind of cool. And then another good aspect of Pear Deck is that it links to GimKit, which we'll talk about GimKit. So GimKit is a reviewing game. You may be familiar with ones like Kahoot, quizzes. You may have used GimKit. This one was developed by high school students, so they kind of decided, this is what I would like to be able to do in my class. This is how I would like to study and learn, and they created it. So how's it different from these other games? Well, you guys will have this presentation. I won't read all this to you, but basically, GimKit, so Kahoot and quizzes, it's the same type of game each time. With GimKit, the games change. So they like being able to choose, like, let's play this one, let's play this one. So it's different each time, or it can be the same depending on what your class likes. They also, as they get points, they're able to buy power-ups. So they're used to, in their games that they play, being able to buy things and power up and get, different things that make them better in the game. And that's kind of how this works, but it's fake money. And they can use, you do have the option, you can take this one off. It depends on, I guess, your class makeup. But they can actually sort of attack other students and knock them down. So you really don't know who's going to win until the end. It's not necessarily your brightest students that are going to win, so that kind of makes it cool too. The con is it costs money. There's a 30-day free trial, and then it's $4.99 per month, but you can stop that anytime. All right, so we're going to play around with it. We are going to try Pear Deck, and then we'll show how it links to GimKit. So from the teacher's perspective, I open up and I'm going to the flashcard factory. I've already put in my words. And I'm going to start flashcard factory. All right, so now you guys are going to do it as a student. So you want to go to joinpd.com and type the code. And there's no space. At the top and the bottom, you can kind of keep track of how many of your students are joining to make sure everyone's in. So we have 15. Is anyone struggling? I know 2 of you are out there struggling. Is everyone in? Maybe I miscounted. Maybe we have 14. All right. So now I'm going to clock in because it's like a factory. All right, so as you can see, it gives 2 teams. It also pairs the students. Now, in my classroom, I actually let them move and pair up with whoever they are teamed with. You don't have to do it that way, but it does work better. But we're not going to do it that way because there's just too much in here. But the reason that it's good to pair them up is because one person is doing the picture while the other person is doing the example or the sentence that goes along with it. And it kind of helps if those match. It makes it a better flashcard. So basically, your job, you're going to see these words, and these come from, we use Vocabulary Workshop. So it's just one of our units, Unit 3, that we're working on. And you'll see these words. You don't know until it pops up whether you're the drawer or you're the writer. So it'll be a nice little surprise. And if you are Miss Deidre Wood, yours is going to pop up and it's going to say, you're on your own. Good luck. So that's always fun. All right, let's play. Okay. So if yours is yellow, you are typing an example. If yours is white, then you're drawing. So it gives you the word in orange. So your example can be a sentence or just explaining what it means. You gotta draw it, yeah. And it's really fun with the computer. And that's what the kids are always asking. Can we use emojis? But with the iPads, it is easier to draw.
Right now, you are writing an example of the first thought.
But it's not showing in what I need to show.
Like I'm trying to, there's something on my back, but I'm trying to put it in this text box, or in this box, but I don't know.
You know, I don't know. Because I've done it on the iPad.
Right.
You might just have to like write it. Yeah. The computer is definitely a different experience than the iPad.
So when you're done, you click I'm done drawing, and now you have to write an example over the thought. what you drew, what you had, something completely different.
And so as you're doing it, click the check, because then you can do more.
Even if it's not a text in there?
Yeah, it's fine. Because your part will be in there. Looks good, ship it. Yep.
What if I do when I'm finished? Oh, I'm done.
Yes.
So then click the check. Looks good, ship it.
And now we're just writing the example of Chasity.
Oh, no, I was
What's an example?
So no, we use the word Chasity in my sentence? No, so we use an example of the word Chasity.
I'm gonna be that kid that takes 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you can change the color. Some get very artistic with their pictures. It's shabby, isn't it? It's nice. Look at the little torn sleeves.
It is hard to draw on those.
And you can see it coming down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Don't judge, don't judge. Don't judge. I didn't even finish my question. I don't know. We're gonna say it.
I'll give you about another minute to play. Qualify. Some of my kids did, like they were holding like a paper, like they just like, with a check, like they just got a loan or something. Some of them did that.
But I got a point.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is perfect. I can see how much here you've done.
You can click.
All right, so at any point as the teacher, once everyone has worked on it for, an extended period of time, you can go to the next phase, which is quality control. Now, the good thing about quality control, it doesn't have names attached. So unless a child just says, oh, that was mine, then you're not going to know. Like, no one's going to know. So, they don't have to get their feelings hurt. Okay, so you guys are going to vote. If you think, and what I asked them is, all right, if you were going to study this as an example of the word burden, would this be a good example? Now, of course, if you're working together, your picture and your example are going to match more. So ours aren't going to, but we're still going to vote so you can see how that process works. Having a sickness and talking, or maybe it's like a Santa bag that's heavy. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down.
We're gonna put a bunch of burdens.
Okay. So do we think this?
It was my trouble.
He's that kid. Okay.
It's like the text box, but it went tight, and then it cleared. I was like,
Every single time I've done this, I have that kid. Yes.
I was going to put something on my back, but it wouldn't go. It wouldn't do it. So,
Oh my gosh. All right. So even if you feel sorry for him, You have to vote. Like, do we think this is a good example or not?
It was not.
All right.
Oh, man.
It stamps. It gives you red stamps. Like, okay. I have the burden of the world on my shoulders. Oh, thinking about broken heart and money. Man, that's deep. All right. So, what do you guys think? That's a nice
No,
one.
that's not good.
Something you don't want to have. Oh, look at this. COVID, emotions, lessons, nerves, grades. So this is a little teacher, I think, and all the burdens that teachers have. Gosh, y'all are deep. Like this is getting real. All right, so, okay. Consent. I have permission to go to the game. Consent does mean permission. All right, what do you think?
You just pop it out on the grave.
Consent. You should ask for consent before you hug or touch someone else. All right, and then there's a consent form. What you think? All right, that's a good one. Vanity is her. She's got a mirror. Nice. Okay. Vanity, I look so good every day, or today. But then again, I look good every day. And then that says, dang, I look good. All right. Response, reply, talk to tell. What do you think? You're slowing down on me. All right. I don't know. Okay, I see 2 thumbs up. We'll go with it. Response, jumping up and down. Not today. All right, what do we think? I gotta have some feedback. All right, nah. Attractive. These grapes look very good. And sometimes I just go like that and keep on going. So I have never taken out chicken from the freezer to cook, and it needs time to thaw out. And then we have a snowman who's thawing. Putting a frozen steak in the sink.
You still have to that last night.
Consent to say, yes, you are allowed. Okay. And as you can see while we're doing this, the teams are getting points too. Consent, can I help you tie your shoe? All right, I'm just going to judge by the facial expression. Shabby. As a mom, my clothes are often pretty shabby since my wardrobe has not been updated in over 20 years. All right. Lots of moms in here agreeing with that one. A cloth that is overused and has rips is shabby. All right. Qualified, Mike was good at throwing the football, so he was able to join the team. And then we got a paper, qualified shot. Yeah, all right. Urgent. I urgently need to use the bathroom. Isn't that amazing that those went together? Were you guys sitting beside each other? Wow. You have made an amazing set. So now it can be right down here at the bottom. See where it says export to GIMP-kit? So we click that. I'm going to name this second session. Now you should see a button That says something about GimKit. Go to the link. Go to the link, play. It's different with iPads and computers. All right, so I'm going to go to set.
Does it only send the ones that were good?
Yes, it only sends the ones that we approved. So with this, there are lots of different games, and sometimes the games change. So the kids like to be able to choose the game, like we can kind of take a vote, like which one do you want to play this time. Right now they're really into this one, Super Rich Mode. I think because it just like gives a lot of money, and they think that's cool. So let's try it.
So at the top, on the right-hand side, you can see Join Game. So you can just click that and then enter that code.
All right.
How do you get back to the game? To the questions?
To the questions?
Actually, I don't want to stop. I like to press continue, but it.
To that area right there.
Because I did, I can't go back to the.
I don't know how to get back to the screen once it does.
I don't know.
Well, it's not.
A question.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
The learner one?
How do you get back to the game?
Go over to the left and click questions.
Right there. You're,
No?
yep.
Thank you.
All right, so and then at any time you can end the game. For time's sake, we'll go ahead and do that. So congratulations to our first, second, and third place winners. All right. Okay, so we're going to start talking about hashtag your learning. So there is an app. It is not yet in the Apple Store, but it's more of a website app. I'll show you in just a minute. It's called hashtag 180. And so what you can do with this is you can search hashtags for your standards. And if you do a really cool activity in your class and you are really into Instagram and Twitter and you want to post it, it gives you the hashtag so other educators can see what you're doing in your classroom and can possibly use a similar idea. So it helps you with memorizing your standards, having learning opportunities from other teachers and other educators across the world who ever use the same standards. So I'm going to show you an example. So I already put one in earlier. So this is what it looks like when you come up here. It kind of looks like Twitter. I believe this is the home page for it. So what you can do is you can go at the bottom to subject or grade level. And so
what I do is I just click traditional standards. I'm going to pull up a math standard that we're doing right now for MBT 7, 6. So for division, it will give you the hashtag to use. And you can take that hashtag and you can search for it on Instagram, Twitter, anything to see ideas of things that people are doing in their classroom. It is fairly new. They created this between the past 2 NCTIES conferences, so not as many people are using it right now, but they're hoping to build up the number of people who use this. Is there any questions about hashtag 180 first? Okay. And the link is in this hashtag symbol on the last hashtag 180 slide. If you click on it, you'll probably just have to scroll down to find it. All right. So we're going to talk about animation. Animation is a great way for students to illustrate stories, solve problems, or do creative writing. So they talked about many different animation websites and tools, and here are 3 that I like: ABC Yeah Animate, J2e Animate, and Brush Ninja 2. So this little animation was actually through ABC Yeah. So we're just going to go into a few of those right now. So they're able to create and show their creativity with their own animations. They can design custom projects, and they can be saved and printed as flip books. So I'll show you. And I know with the iPads earlier, we did have a problem with this coming up. It was making them log in, but as you can tell, I'm not logged in, and it's coming up fine on computers. Well, I'll say that now. So. Okay. So I'm just going to start a new project. So you will see right here on the side, it says Edit Background. So let's say you have your kid writing a story about a farm. We have options where they can choose a farm scene, and they can add different animals, and they can add different stickers as well as text into their background. So let's just say I'm going to put a robot on the farm. So you can change the size, and then you will add your next clip. And you can move him, add something to it, whatever you want to do. All right, and then once you finish it, I'll add one more just to show. So let's say, not that. Hold up. Okay. So let's say I wanted to have him move. This is the print I had. Let's say I want him to move here and to be a little bigger. So you would do that, and then it would show. And obviously if I spent more time on it, it would be a lot better, but just for time's sake right now, I'm not going to spend so much time on it. So you can save these, and it is free to use. And I want to show you one more, or 2 more. The next one is J2e Animation. So this one is really cool because it's similar, but you noticed with ABC, when you created a new frame, you didn't see your existing frame up there. This one, you can see the same frame, or your previous frame. So you have a lot of different pictures to use. So right now with Halloween, we have bats. So let's say I want to do that. I've added my bat, and I'm going to go to my next one, and you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, the bat stays there. He's just a little lighter. He's gray now, so you can see where he's at in the first frame, and you can just move him just a tad. So I'm going to do a couple of those just so you can see. And you can add as many frames as you want. I will let you know to save, in order to save this so they can turn it in, they would have to screen record it on their iPad. So that's what my bat's doing. And there are many things. I know I played around with a dog running across it when I went through this workshop. So you have a lot of different options. And the last one is Brush Ninja 2. So this one is good for kids if you want to solely focus on their illustration, so for art and things like that, because you really only had the option to draw. You don't have the option to choose a different background. You don't have an option to choose a sticker. It's only drawing. So if you want to see their creativity with their drawing, this would be a good resource. I'll show you briefly. See, this is a little stick figure I made earlier. So I don't like this one as well as the J2e or the ABCF, but it's still a good option. And at the bottom, you can add new frames. So let's say I wanted my person to get smaller. And then I could play it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to have time to go through and play with any of these options you would like to. If you have any questions, just let us know. And all of the links are in the names on this slide, next to the slide towards the end.
Let us know if you have any questions.
Click on there's all those. Yeah.
click there, scroll down, so click the pack button. There you go. Oh, there's stars.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Say you just delete this slide and then you next.
Mhm.
Once you're finished playing, you can do the exit ticket, which is the Padlet. So this is in your slideshow, so you can go to the link there if that's easier, or you can scan.
Sorry, that was our 5-minute warning.
So our session ends at 2:55. If you would like to talk amongst yourselves. You're so quiet. It's like the quietest class I've ever had.